In the early 2000s, cheerleading was on the verge of a revolution in Nova Scotia. My name is Wendy McKay, and I was the coach of the legendary team, Heat. A camera crew documented our every move, but that footage has remained unseen until now. Today, I'm reuniting with my former athletes to reminisce about the past and to find out what impact cheerleading has had on their lives. Join me on this journey, and cheers to life. Alison came to tryouts. She walked in the gym and wasn't even planning to be a part of the team, and saw this tiny little girl sitting on the stage. I was like, hey, what are you doing here? She said, I'm here to support my friends. I said, you're here to fly. And her friends were like, oh, no, she can't be a flyer. She's a back spotter. And I was like, not on my team. And so Allie became a flyer on Heat. We definitely pushed her limits, but she was up to it. She was always hardworking, always there to work, always on time, would try anything I would ask, and some things are crazy in my mind, making them become real. And she would always be up for that challenge, trying to push her team, keep them working, motivate them, and just kind of like, something's difficult, okay, just try it again. Very positive in the way that she would lead her teammates. I never remember a time when she wasn't more frustrated with herself than with anybody on the team. She wanted to master things, so it would be a matter of just trying to get her out of her own head and not be so harsh on herself and let the magic happen, and it did.
Most of my high school involved me explaining to people that I wasn't like a rah-rah pom-pom cheerleader, that I didn't even own pom-poms, that we did a lot of like gymnastics and powerlifting. So I remember explaining to people it's like powerlifting and then gymnastics and dance, and you put it all together, and that's what it is. It's a routine, and we compete, and they're like, well, who are you competing against or for? And I'm like, no, we are our own thing, and we compete against other cheerleading teams. And they're like, well, is it for hockey? I'm like, no, there's no hockey. It's competitive, like one group against the other, and it's like a routine. So I think I had to explain it to most people when I first started. Now it seems to be a lot more general knowledge, but back when I started, there were very few cheerleading teams, and people didn't really understand what competitive cheerleading was at all. I remember cheering on hardwood floors and I feel like I wear that like a badge of honor, and like I used to do backflips, and like when we fell, you fell on the floor.
So bottom foot up. Ready? 1, 2. And keep tight. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a lot of trust involved. And the idea, the mentality when you go into it, whether you're at the very top or in the middle or even at the bottom, and I've done all of those positions, is that like we have to work as like a cohesive team, if you will. And so it's really exhilarating when all the pieces fall into place and we're able to achieve something that looks spectacular.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
And if you hit that last structure, that last thing, that feeling of like, it's just, I don't know, raw exhilaration.
Hey guys, ready? Ready. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! Touchdown! Woo!
I think cheerleading was always part of me without me even knowing it. It was the sport that I was meant to find. I had to step away from coaching myself about 2 years ago, and you can't get me to completely step away. Like, I always find a way of like getting myself back in the gym, helping out, and just keeping it as a little part of my life.
We grow them. We grow them from a little age. They get better and better as they get older, and it's really good for them.
So Alison, while cheering on Heat, was also coaching a junior team in the club and went on to coach outside at West Halley and was always an amazing supportive coach.
Oh, and definitely the younger you are, I think the less it's about winning. I tell them that it's fun. Safety and fun are number one in my books, and I honestly don't care if they go out and do whatever. They can all just go and smile, and I'd be proud of them.
Yeah.
So it's really for them, it's really about having fun. Like, I really could care less. And I'm a very competitive person, but at that age, it's supposed to be fun.
Oh yeah, it's a shame to make it competitive
Yeah,
at that young age,
and we
I
want to
think.
introduce them and have
Yeah.
them love the sport,
Yeah,
and then when they get to our age,
sad for
then they can be competitive.
So today, Alison is a teacher, and she was a natural pathway to that because while on Heat, she was always teaching and coaching her fellow teammates, creating a great success on the team.
Kick it up to me. All right, so you want to kick your hip up, like lift your other leg and kick it up to me your other way. That's what you want to do. But like, without me. Do you know what I mean though? Like, you don't want to, you're dropping this. You're doing this way.
When I was trying to do that, I was bending at the waist.
Yeah, you want to be dropping. I think you need to stretch your leg out some more too.
Will you stretch?
Squeeze it. Push your back up through here. Push that into your leg.
Definitely. I was in her position like 2 years ago, and it was so hard to learn how to twist. And it's a lot of pressure too. Like, it's easy for people to sit on the ground and reach at her, but they don't know what it's like to go up there and have to do it. And it's not just whether or not she has the skill for it, it's the pressure of having your group be let down if you don't do it properly. So it's something you gotta get used to the feel of, and until you get it, you're not gonna know what it feels like. It took a long time for me to get it, and now my singles seem so easy, and now the doubles are the real challenge, so now I have to try to get the doubles, which I'm not getting. I know exactly how she feels. It's really frustrating too. Like, some people it comes naturally to, and some people it doesn't. I don't happen to be one of those people that it comes naturally to, and I guess she's not either. So I can sympathize with her a lot, and I just try to give her the advice that worked for me, because I know how hard it can be to be in that situation. She's doing good though. She's improving.
Squeeze, just like I showed you.
Better?
Alison is sentimental. I'm excited to see what she might have in her little collection of memorabilia because she has been a part of many cheerleading clubs over the years and has a lot of experience and memories to bring to the table.
I look back on that time and I feel a big sense of pride. Every time I got like a jacket or a uniform, like that was a big, big deal for me. I was an athlete that had to work hard to achieve. I wasn't natural at it. You know, some people walk in and they're just boom, awesome at it. I worked really hard. I worked really hard to get on the team in the first place when I was younger. And then when I came to Heat, I had to work really hard again to keep my place in the air. And so everything I have is a badge of honor of the hard work I put into it.
So this is like my cheer box of memories, and I can go back like way back into like the infancy of cheer in Nova Scotia, which would be Starlight All-Stars, and a couple of us cheered on that. Jackie and I for sure, and then a couple other Heat members, like we were like OG of cheerleading in Nova Scotia. And then our next uniform was Heat, because we didn't have high school cheer. So again, Jackie, all of us, we were all, on first, this was first year, right? Yeah.
That's the only Heat uniform I own.
Same. Yeah.
And
Right?
I also remember being like so into this uniform because it like had the flame and it was so cool. It was great.
And then it was like a perfect one.
You landed that perfect when you grabbed her. Like, it was perfect. We were like, we're going now. If they hadn't thrown it down, it actually went like that. Yeah. I was so psyched.
I think confidence-wise, it really helped me. You know, I found confidence in myself physically that I didn't have before. I figured that I was strong and flexible and capable and tough. Like, I can take a hit. I felt like I could do a lot more. And the confidence it gave me as a person too. I've never sort of shied away from a challenge. And I think it taught me how to be like a team player, seeing like all the different personalities, which I'm sure you're going to see. It's like we all became cohesive. You know, we didn't all get along all the time, and we definitely all have different perspectives on everything. But like when we hit the floor, we were a team. And that's an invaluable lesson too, like how to get along and how to work together towards a mutual goal.
When they're pushing your leg, you're already pulling your twist, so your foot's going up, your head's coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta stay on top of your foot longer so they can throw you higher so that you have more time for your twist. Okay. I'm excited to see Allie today because it's been a while since we coached together and have had a chance to catch up. And it'll be nice to sit down and kind of reminisce about the old days. So it's been a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted you to start by telling me your path through cheerleading and how you got started, when and where, and where it took you.
Okay, so this is a long journey back in time.
It's a
Far back in time.
It is.
I got introduced to cheer actually through my cousin Ashley, as you know, and through my junior high school as well.
Yeah.
So I was involved with the Fairview Junior High cheerleading team. And that was my introduction to cheerleading, but it was very like minimal. And I did that for a year and I was actually a spare. I didn't make the competitive team. But then a few years later, in talking with my cousin Ashley, she brought me into a cheer gym and she was on one of the teams and I ended up on the younger level team. And we traveled with that team. I was with them through all of high school. So I met like Jackie and Monique and all that crew that came.
Told ya. We feel never. It was amazing. I never felt so happy. Today we had fun. Yeah.
We all cheered together during high school, and we actually went to, I think, Canada's Wonderland, which was like the big deal at the time, and competed there. So I did all through high school, and then after high school, I wasn't really sure what to do, and we decided to coach. Me and Jackie decided to coach for a year, and we coached for a year, and then we were really missing the sport and trying to find a way to continue in the sport. And she had reached out to you, I think, Jackie, and Monique had reached out to you, and you had invited them to come to a heat practice. Mm-hmm. And I was like, guys, can I come, guys? And they're like, I don't think so. They're like, they're not looking for a back spotter, because at the time I was a back spotter.
Right.
They're not looking for a back spotter, like they're looking for bases. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just come and watch. And I remember I walked in the gym and one of the athletes at the time caught a glimpse of me and was like, you are going in the air. And I was like, what? Hi? And then that's like the rest is history with the heat journey. So for me, it was like a real big change in the sport, because I had come from being a very, very short, as you know, very short back spotter, tried my best to do what I could, to being someone who was up in the air. And then of course the level went from what we were kind of kicking around in high school straight up to like doing all kinds of crazy flips and things.
Twist ready, 1, 2.
Sorry, I have was really bad that time.
You sat really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's honestly all you gotta do is bring your bum back. Bum in.
Yeah, you're right. That time I was grabbing the wrong spot. All right, let's try it again.
I'm just gonna stand here, wait for it to come to me. Lazy. Twist ready. 1, 2, big.
Okay, do you know what we should do? I think that
Can I see?
we need to pop more with our legs.
When you came, I seem to remember the friends that you came with.
Yeah.
You know, being like, yeah, you're definitely gonna back. And then I was kind of like, so you're gonna fly and you're gonna do these crazy things. And I feel like you were just always down for it.
I was. I think I have the soul of a flyer. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. I wanted to try. And even when I was in high school, I wanted to try, but there was no spot for me available to try. So I just was like, okay, I'll just be the best I can at this thing.
Yeah.
So I was ready for it. Like, I
And you were
really
like
wanted to do it.
one of the tiniest who was standing in my gym when you came as like a back spotter who traditionally is usually a taller
person.
person.
I was not like the ideal body type for a back spotter.
No, so I remember them saying like, Allie's a back, and I'm like, not anymore.
We're gonna try something different.
Not in my gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe in the past. So then you took a little path too, didn't you, to Ontario for a bit?
I did, yeah. So when I moved away, my husband and I, my boyfriend at the time, we moved away to Ontario for 4 years. And when I got there, one of the first things I did was figured out like where the local cheer gyms were. So there's a couple cheer gyms, and we had worked with one of the owners of a cheer gym. And so I touched base with them first and kind of talked, and I actually got a job working at Lululemon. And I would have cheerleaders come in, and they kept telling me about their clubs, and I was like the on staff cheerleading expert. So I'd help them find things that they wanted to wear for practice. And I kept hearing about this club called London Heat. And I thought it must be meant to be because they're also Heat. And so I coached with them primarily for the 4 years that I was gone, and it opened up like the entire Ontario scene of cheerleading, which is a pretty big thing in Canada. And I cheered with them a couple times as well, a couple competitions this season. We did an open team. Yeah, so, and then I came back.
Yep. And then when you came back, and then you were with Heat for a while, and then changed paths again.
That's right, yeah. So when I had left, there was a huge shift in cheer here in Nova Scotia during that time.
Yeah.
And when I came back, Ashley, my cousin, and a couple of my old vet buddies, yourself included, had this other gym, and they were begging me to come help out, and so I did. And then I was with West Halley for, I guess now, like ... a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was with them since then.
Yeah. So then you went on to coach some teams. You and I ended up coaching together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but awesome.
I know it was. So we did, how many years did we do open together, like the World's team?
I feel like it was at least 2 seasons.
At least, so 2 seasons coaching together as opposed to being like coach athlete, which was fun because it brought a lot of the Heat people back together on that team.
I can see the sparkles in my sunglasses on the inside right
Yeah, when you first put it on, I think I'm gonna be blinded like by the sparkles in my
everyone's
eyes.
like, glitter, glitter, that's all I can see is glitter.
now. And it like weighs like your eye.
That's the excuse. That's the excuse we're gonna use for what happened.
Too much makeup.
That's what happened. It was the sparkles. It was
No
the
sparkles tomorrow.
It was
They seeped into her brain.
Yeah, it was the sparkles in the eyes.
So cheerleading, as it's come full circle to you, you have kids now, hobbies and dance.
Yeah.
You know, like as a mom or as like a teacher, like from your adult lens.
Perspective.
Yeah, what would you say of cheerleading for kids? You know, like what does it leave you with?
So for me, it was like coming home to a place that I didn't know was my home, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I found cheerleading, it like clicked. And I see, from a coaching perspective, I see predominantly girls, because it's a girl or women-led sport typically. Now we're seeing more guys coming into it and young boys, which is wonderful. But I see it just as a confidence driver. I learned that I could do all these things that I didn't know I was capable of. I got strong. I learned how to treat my body with respect and make sure that I was healthy and strong and flexible. And every time I would succeed at doing something difficult, it grew my confidence. And I have carried that through my life. And now I see kids that have come up through the programs that I've been part of, and it has done the same for them too. And it's a different kind of confidence because it comes from understanding you're physically capable of doing something, which is something that's kind of not necessarily like you're tough. When you're a cheerleader, you're tough.
Yeah.
And you can like take a hit and you put your body through a lot of punishment. And so that creates a confidence that we don't always see in girls.
So it's coming straight at my face. Last time I grab your foot and put it that way and then I'll put it. Because like you kick me in the forehead and then you kick me in the face again. And then you kick me on top of the head. And I caught you that time. It's just usually like an inch or two higher, so one's here. And since my arms are up, you hit me here. I can't grab you because my arms are there. And I'm getting kicked in the face. Yeah. It just needs to go a little bit higher.
So friendships. Friendships and like, what have you taken away from cheer personally or socially?
There have been so many seasons of cheer in my life, and I have developed lifelong friendships. The nature of this sport, because you're so physically reliant on your teammates, it really fosters trust. And it builds a relationship that is not replaceable. Obviously, my cousin is a person who I've always had in my life, but because of cheer, we got to connect on a weekly basis, 3 or 4 times a week. Even with you, like, you will always be my coach and you will always be family to me too.
Yeah.
We've all seen each other through all kinds of different things in our lives. And that's such a deep-rooted bond that will never go away, so. Yeah.
That's amazing.
We're a big family. This is my family, my best friends. We're here. This is our social thing. It's what we do, hang out with our friends. And this is the bonus if you win.
And I do feel like proud of the fact that I played whatever small role I played in the birth of cheerleading or the start of cheerleading here in Nova Scotia. I do feel pride in that for sure. It also represents a time in my life where I had a lot of pride and feel really happy about what I did and accomplishment. So yeah, it's definitely an important part of my life.